You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE NXT After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE NXT After Show.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's NXT After Show. I am here with my best friends in the whole world.
Shucks.
Just like Natty and Bailey are best friends.
And Sasha Banks.
Sasha and Summer.
BFF.
My name is Ryan Club. I am here with my best friend Kathy Kelly.
Hey, guys.
And over there we have Alex Kozlov with his best friend, the Hobo.
Hi.
Look at you
I have
guys.
missed you
guys
while
are
you
such
were
a...
in Europe, Alex. I have missed you.
Yeah, and Alex, we should say welcome back. We should say welcome
could
back,
try.
Alex Kozlov.
Yeah.
How are you? We missed you.
Oh, thanks.
Actually, you and I haven't seen each other in a few weeks. I missed the Thanksgiving episode,
that's
and then
true.
you were gone last week running around Europe.
It's crazy. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's like I said. I was telling them the show is. I thought the show was better without me. So.
Well,
You're my best friend. I would know.
right.
Well, thank you very much. So this week, another exciting episode of NXT. And before we get started, I should probably make a little bit of an announcement that I've been holding off on.
Here we
You
go.
guys all know this,
Yep.
but it's been in the works for a month. Next Thursday will most likely be my very last
What?
show here at AfterBuzz TV.
Are you leaving already?
Kathy Kelly has successfully politicked into. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I am moving out of town, moving out of Los Angeles to pursue other things. So,
What are you pursuing, man?
going to go to Arizona for a bit, then the East Coast. So, try to find
Are
something.
you pursuing just a different side of living?
I am going to try to pursue the wrestling on the East Coast.
There you go.
So,
You let the world
yes.
know
Right.
what this,
Come on.
what this
Sorry.
man is
Put
doing.
it over. Let them know.
This man has got the balls to
or the stupidity.
The drive and the
Hey,
passion.
man.
both
50-50.
everything, I guess. But he's making a big life change, going to the East Coast to pursue wrestling.
Yeah.
He's doing it for wrestling.
So at a town near you, Ryan Clum's coming to kick ass.
Yes, or Ryan Morals, whatever, or whoever the
Or your
new
new name.
Whoever happens
name
to
is
show
going to be. So I will be on the East Coast at some point in the new year.
We're going to lose our best friend.
Nah, I'm sorry.
Just
I'm
the
sorry.
three of us.
So, anyways, we get into our very first match of the episode is the Ascension defending, and as we got
that's scary.
Ryan Katz, who's done this before,
He
is
has
calling.
got really
He's trying to
impeccable
commandeer
timing.
the show. You
Hold on.
can't answer it right now.
Always.
We're on air. This is the second time you've done this. Okay, let me call you right back. I'll call you back in an hour. All right, Ryan Katz from
Start
NXT,
off the
everybody.
show.
Wow.
So, we have the Ascension versus Hunico and Camacho
Hunico.
for the
Unico.
NXT Hunico.
Unico.
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 Unico?
Unico.
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 Unico. Well, I like calling him Sin Cara personally, but
Now, yeah.
Sin Cara 2.0.
he's the new Sin Cara.
Sin Cara.
No, he's
How do you know? Have you,
same tattoo.
Yeah, it's a tattoo.
Nowadays, everybody's got tattoos.
The
and all
same
looks
same
the
ones,
same.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I figure it's like
So-
you told us, the tale of two mysticos and the original one.
Oh.
So we have the Ascension taking on Unico and Camacho for the NXT tag team titles. I thought this was actually a really well put together good match, but we have two kind of heelish tag teams here that once again, we have this problem with heel. It's we don't have somebody that the crowd is behind, and the crowd was dead. They were sitting on their hands during this. The guys were trying to fire him up. I mean, they did the best they can, but
I mean, both
they were put in a tough
tag
position.
teams ended up getting a little bit of a reaction, but for the most part, it was the Ascension who got the reaction, which they really shouldn't have gotten.
No, they shouldn't have.
It was very weird, and I was trying to pinpoint. I guess that makes sense. I was trying to pinpoint why I wasn't as interested in this match as I should have been, and it just. I think part of it is also the Ascension's almost overexposed at this point. We've been seeing them pretty much every single week, and
they bore me.
I feel like they're missing something. Like they're
them
great.
personally.
I like the
them
gimmick,
tonight.
but I feel like it's just missing something.
A babyface team for them to fight against. That's what was missing to me.
Okay,
Like,
fair enough, fair enough.
How about an evolution of their characters? Where are they gonna go? Like, where is this
I'm not
going?
sure.
Let's see. Let's find out more about them. We don't know anything about them. And are we gonna get stuck to just what are they?
But you can't give too much away with it. You can't be like, oh, well, this person had a relationship with so and so, because they're supposed to be these scary dudes.
Well, you can
that-
still evolve the characters.
You
I
make a
agree.
backstory. You got to create a character. Something
Like,
depth to
what
it.
part of the cave did they come from? Where? On what part of the world? Where do they?
Why are they
I thought it
here?
was like
What
parts of
message are they trying to
Are they
spread?
descendants of bats?
Yeah.
Or
I like that, yeah.
Aliens.
Actually, they
No,
gave a little depth to the Eye of Ra tonight.
A little
said
bit.
it's,
Or Eye of Horus.
Eye
was
of
it?
Horus.
Yeah.
It changes their perception of reality, and I thought
the eye
I like
of-
that, but they didn't say it. It was the commentators who said that, and so the message is kind of lost.
Yeah, I agree. They need to develop the characters a little bit more, but their work as a tag team, I love. I think they work
It was
as a
much
tag team better
stronger-
than probably anyone on the roster right now.
much stronger this week than it has been in past weeks, because if you forgot, a couple weeks ago, like, we've seen matches with them and they don't know who's supposed to be doing the finishing
that's
move.
that's a hiccup.
None of
and
that happened tonight.
and that's like one hiccup within the match.
That's a pretty
like,
big hiccup, though.
Right, but their psychology on tag team wrestling is incredibly good.
They definitely work well together. They have
talk
a
about
good symbiotic relationship or
the
whatever.
way they quarter the ring off, the way they constantly tag in and out. I think they do that better than they work as a team. I think better than anybody else right now, which is the key to tag team wrestling.
Yeah, no, they're great workers, but at the end of the day, if we're gonna have, I think if we're gonna have success with their characters, let's find out more about them.
I agree.
Let's see some more. Let's see what they're all about, because when they're gonna go to the roster, eventually something like that would have to be discovered. So
Right.
let's discover it right now. Let's see where they're going with this, what their idea is, or are they just half-assing it, or are they just not sure about it?
Right. So I guess so Hunico and Camacho got working early on, and eventually the Ascension really take over and really worked over Hunico. And the one thing I wanted to Unico.
There you go.
At one point, Unico comes up and goes for almost like a schoolboy, but then turns it into a slam, which
It's like a big one-arm power bomb.
right, and it's
Like a
it was
schoolboy power
so
Yeah, it's good.
it was so smart to me what he does here, because the referee goes to count, but he wasn't really going for a pin. It kind of what he was actually doing is getting in position to put that slam. If he had rolled him up for a schoolboy there, most likely would have kicked out. He would have been stuck
Right.
in the corner there, taking more of a pounding. Instead, he instead of going for the pin, hits the slam, gets the separation to go for it. And a lot of guys might have gone for the pin there.
How about you go for the pin, and while you're on top of them, the guy kicks out with one shoulder. He still stays in a schoolboy position, and after the guy kicks out, then you pick him up and you slam him.
Yeah,
out of
and
desperation.
that's almost what he
mean,
did
it's-
too. Is he didn't fully kick out, but he used his momentum then from that kick out to pick him up and slam him.
Because
But his intention was never to go for a pin.
Where Unico was positioned, he was positioned basically
In the
with his
corner.
back to the corner. So if Victor kicked out, it would have shot him back into the corner where he would have stayed probably for the rest of the match.
Gotten clubbed
Right,
from
right.
behind.
Right.
Victor would, it would have put him in a really
Point.
bad position.
So it makes what he did. Not only is it somewhat innovative, but it
It was
also
smart.
makes sense.
Yeah, it was
And
smart.
strong. He looked powerful
Yeah.
with that.
Yes,
He's a
yeah.
strong
For
dude.
being a smaller guy,
Yeah.
that was a real power move.
And showed ring awareness, showing where he knows where he is in the ring at all times.
He's a hell
which
of
is
a
important.
wrestler.
He is.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
You've
hell
been
of a
singing his
wrestler.
praises, and I'm starting to believe it. I really am.
I just think his-
Sin Cara's gotten a lot better in the ring in the last few weeks
I wonder if
too.
that has anything to do with it.
Somehow,
Well,
yeah. Since he got that new tattoo, he's gotten much better.
He's,
It's like a whole new Sin Cara.
He's definitely gotten a lot better, but still there were a few things that, like, if I were to really look at it, it's like, okay, this was a little off, this was a little off. But no, definitely a big improvement. Definitely a big improvement.
Right.
But I mean, I just think, honestly, like, he's such a great wrestler. I just think he's like one of the best wrestlers on the roster.
Did you work with him down in Mexico? Was he there when you were down there?
No, never.
Okay.
I met him in Ring of Honor one time, and that was the first time that I heard about him. He was just stuck to one area in Mexico when I was down there, and that's it. But he's just such a great wrestler, and he has this crazy look. Doesn't he look like intimidating?
He
Yeah,
does.
he
He
does.
does.
Yeah.
Don't you not want to bump into him on the streets?
On the street,
Yeah,
No.
and that's what I say.
Downtown Los
They're
Angeles?
I would
far
lock
better
if I was
heels.
driving by, I would lock my car door.
Yeah.
There you go.
And hope that it didn't make too loud of a sound.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Which is why this didn't really make sense trying to make them baby faces for this match.
I mean, like,
And
they could
even
have tried.
babyface?
They
were,
wrestled.
right?
Yeah.
they wrestled as they wrestled as the faces. Yeah.
But they're kind of tweeners. They're not
Yeah, but-
full on baby faces, so they just kind of.
But they still do the babyface role, and which is designed to get cheers, and
Yeah.
they weren't able to get them.
They're not great baby
Which
faces.
meant, yeah,
No,
which meant
they're
we
not
had
baby
a
faces.
dead comeback. I mean, the crowd was just on their hands this whole match.
They're not great baby faces. And his partner,
Camacho.
Camacho. At one point,
They were trying, man. They were trying to pull the
Yeah, they
crowd and
were.
get fired.
Of
They
course,
did
of
everything
course.
they
They did all they
could.
could.
But I mean, I've been in that position before, where I've been in a heel tag team, and I mean, I'm sure you have to. It's really hard. It's so hard because
Yeah.
their fans are booing when you're trying to pull cheers, and it's
And Unico and Camacho, they're not pairing in that both of them, similarly as baby faces, they don't really have a lot of heat. They're kind of quiet, naturally quiet
Yeah.
peoples, and translates in the ring when they're baby faces. As heels, they could do a little bit better. Camacho, he's got work to do in terms of like. Character
Yeah.
or personality
Mhm.
or something to have some kind of heat for people to care that he's in there.
Yeah.
to pull that natural babyface fire is very hard. I mean,
For some, even more than others.
for
you know
me,
what
it's
I mean?
very difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. But and Camacho, he is supposed to be from Guadalajara and all, you know, this Mexican. And today, especially today, when he was firing up, he looked like not from Guadalajara. Actually,
Yeah.
I was gonna say from Samoa, but I think that's wrong. I don't think that's where they're from.
He might as
Right.
well be. He's definitely doesn't look Hispanic enough to be Hispanic.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, anyways, they hit the Fall of Man and the Ascension, get the 1, 2, 3, and they retain their NXT Tag Team Championships.
I mean,
As they should.
and now what's next for them?
Agreed.
Yeah.
you know, they're really the only. Is there another tag
who's
team
the
in
next one that's
NXT? I
gonna
don't
face
think
it?
there is anyone.
They've
I mean,
been
they almost
breaking
need to
up everyone.
bring in the Usos or.
But you can't. I don't know. That's
That would be
weird.
interesting. That'd be cool if
I
the
mean,
Usos came down.
I think. I mean,
That's what
there's-
we're gonna need to see right now. There's really no other tag
Maybe
team.
they
there's
should
so
build
many-
to them versus the Rhodes or something big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would be cool.
There's so many guys that they have down there at NXT that haven't even gotten to be at the
Yeah.
tapings yet. They're very talented.
Start putting some
and
tag teams together.
Put the tag teams together. If there's a guy down there who knows he might not get airtime for months, say like, you know, two of them decide to pair up because they realize that that's what's lacking at NXT right now, and that's their ticket onto the tapings.
How about those guys?
Those guys, they're a tag team up at MP. They're up in Simi Valley.
Let's go, those
A little
guys.
busy.
There was a tag team literally called Those Guys up in MPW,
That's
in Simi Valley. So
Or do you think it would make more sense? Sorry, if it would make more sense to just work an angle into just releasing the both of them, the Ascension, just getting them
no. I like
back into the
Ascension.
cave.
No, let's move them up.
Okay.
Let's get those characters a little bit more polished, as you say, and let's get them back up into the
First,
roster.
they'd have to actually lose the belts to somebody credible, and then you could actually get rid of them.
Yeah.
Right now, you can't even just get rid of them.
No. or else you get rid of the belts. So we have Alexander Rusev taking on Cassius Ohno. We have built up to this for several weeks. I'm not sure.
Cassius Ohno, I didn't expect to see him. It was a surprise to see him.
We
To see him
see
again?
him
We've seen him every week for the last.
since he's been released. It's so weird.
I think this might be it.
We've been red.
Yeah, I think
I'm
this
glad
is
we.
awesome.
I
glad we
believe this
finished
is
up
it.
the story with Ohno and Rusev. I'm
That's
glad at
something,
least we
yeah.
got a little
So-
closure.
So Lana comes in and announces announces him in Russian. What did she say?
I don't think she's
Did you-
either she's a Russian American or she's not from Russia. But
she is
Bulgaria.
Russian American.
Yeah.
She's
Okay. But she's got a slight accent, kind of
She's
like
from-
I do.
That's
sometimes.
funny.
She lived in California for
Yeah.
a while. She was an actress out here. She's friends with a lot of friends.
Yeah, from what I understand, when
really?
she
Yeah.
when she
Friends
actually
with
talks, she has no accent. She sounds
Yeah.
like an
Oh, okay,
American.
okay.
Yeah,
Then
she grew up
that's
here.
what it is. That's
Yeah.
what it is. But she's beautiful, though. It works.
Could you translate anything she said? Do you remember what she said?
No, she said
The Russian
presenting-
brute. The Bulgarian brute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
presenting.
I can get that.
Okay, yeah. Do it.
Brute.
So Cassius Ohno comes out with some kinesio tape on his back from.
Is that what you call it? That was the first.
Yeah, it's K-tape. A lot of guys use it now. They started using it in the Olympics, the last Summer Olympics. It really hit
Right.
big, and since then, everybody's been using it instead of just the regular wraps that everybody used to use to sell an injury. That's what they used to fix it.
I was told by someone that they just signed at NXT a guy who wrestled in the Olympics, in the 2012 Olympics.
Oh, I don't know.
Like an
That
actual
just
wrestler.
reminded-
Oh, I didn't look up. I saw something about
wait,
Briscoe
yeah,
scouting
yeah.
somebody. I
remember
didn't
that
actually read
now.
the
That was,
article on it.
Hopefully, we get another Jack Swagger.
Another
No,
Kurt Angle.
no, we don't
I prefer
need-
another Kurt Angle personally.
Okay, yeah. That was,
Even though, hey, you know what? I used to give Jack Swagger a hard time, but I'm digging him on the Real Americans. I like.
What do you think about him?
I like him with the Real
Well,
Americans. I
this,
like
the people so
I like the
annoying.
tag
As
team.
long
I
as he
think,
doesn't open his mouth, I think they're fine.
and I think he's gotten a lot better in a lot of other ways with connecting with the crowd and stuff like that. I think that used to
I
be
think
one
it's
of
great. I think it's great in the ring. I hate the We the People gimmick, and yeah, he.
But you're supposed to hate it.
No, like I actually am annoyed.
Okay.
Like annoyed. Like I want to.
Tune
like
out.
I don't like it. Like yeah. But like he's not that good on the mic, but in terms of in the ring, he's good. When
Yeah.
he gets aggressive, he's good.
And with
Yeah,
I
okay.
like it because you've got Zeb talking. Cesaro's just a stud and is amazing. Swagger's this big,
Stud.
he's a full on stud. Yeah,
maybe
he's
we're
awesome.
gonna get Cassius Ohno and Antonio Cesaro as a team on the main roster.
No, because
No?
Cassius Ohno is gone, so we will
I
not
see him
get
every
the
week. I
the
know
Kings of
it's
Wrestling
something.
will not be coming back.
They could bring him back like Daniel Bryan.
So
Yeah,
Ohno,
for one night.
Rusev backs Ohno into the corner, just goes to work, gets him to the ropes, starts working those knees. Ohno really starts to fight back, hits that rolling elbow.
Well, did he do a rolling?
That's what they called it, a rolling.
Regular elbow.
I mean, they call it a rolling elbow.
he did a spin with it,
Did
didn't
he do a spin?
He
I
kind
didn't see a spin.
No, he did.
no.
He bounced off the rope and he did that.
He
stuff in
rolled
the studio
his
right now.
shoulder.
You break it, you buy it.
I've been wanting to buy this piece. It's very, pretty.
Hits it with a small package or schoolboy, then him with a drop kick. Hits the ropes. Rusev hits him, locks in the Accolade. That's it.
After all that damage, it
Something-
wasn't long.
Okay,
No.
can I just mention, for the past however many months, I've thought that Rusev was this huge dude, and I feel like...
Brute.
Yes, this brute. And, I mean, he always comes out and he looks massive compared to the other guys on the roster, and then when he faced Ohno tonight, he just looks so tiny.
Shorter, but
He's,
I mean, very muscular,
they've
nonetheless,
toned him
but
down,
definitely
and
shorter.
I'm not a fan of it. Like
I think
I like
he used
when
to
he
have those
came out-
big eyes and big facial expressions and breaking the wood
Exactly,
and
breaking
doing
the wood
doing
was
all
so
that.
cool.
like this. Though.
And they took the board's no longer there. Those big expressions and over the top he's really more somber now,
Yeah.
and it's more boring. I like what he was doing 3 months ago, not as much. I still like him, but I liked it better when he was over the top. He was this wild man and scary. The first time he wrestled Dolph Ziggler, I was like, oh my God, who's this guy?
Lana tamed him.
exactly.
Lana
Beauty
did.
tamed the savage beast, the Bulgarian
Lana.
beast.
Girls ruin the best things.
And I guess
Yes,
with
they
that,
do. I have to agree with you.
I was
Of course,
thinking,
you're here and people watch, so
when you said that, I was thinking of a line from a book, Think and Grow Rich, where the love of a woman, having the love of a woman behind a man in search for riches, that helps.
Yes.
Actually, unless she gives you drama and drags you down.
oh yeah, there's no doubt that.
Well said. I was going to say, you know how to read?
No, I had some information.
Oh, yes, some wrestlers
Some
can
information
read.
for me. Now, who can read?
well, obviously you can. At least, or so you say. We have no
Yeah.
proof
I
of
was
I'm not sure if
allowed-
There's an audiobook.
I don't know. Can hobos read? Hobos
Hobos can
right?
read, sir. We
Okay.
are philosophers. We are gentlemen who enjoy long talks and strong drink.
They have
we
a lot
are
of
thinkers.
Time. They have a lot of time on the street, you know. The world, while the world is passing them by, he's reading a book. Everything's just passing them by on
Absolutely.
the street. Just,
Or a pamphlet that just
Yeah.
We don't
like
just
brushes
use
away on the
newspaper for
wind.
blankets. We read it, then we cuddle up and
You're
go to
thinking so
sleep.
much you forgot to brush your teeth. Now
No comment.
we go to the back and we get Bailey and Natalia back there, and she says, you know, Natty tells Bailey not to worry about Charlotte, and she's there, that they're friends, and Bailey gets very excited and gives Natty a big hug.
We're friends?
Go, are you gonna do your Bailey
cute.
impression?
Yeah, yeah,
That was pretty good.
We're friends?
that's good.
Squeeze.
I love Bailey.
She's
We always
cute,
talk
yeah,
about
she's
that,
cute.
but that whole hugging thing is funny. I can't wait to see her up on the main roster. To me, that character is almost ready as well.
It's great. Yeah, I love it. The one thing about this segment that kind of weirded me out was the end when Natty was just like, I think I can, I know I can.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of, I don't know.
It's almost like she was reading Bailey's line. You know, like Bailey should have been saying that.
Well, what is that book? I think I can.
The Little Train.
The Little Train,
Little Train That Could.
That's what
Yeah.
it reminded me of. And I was like, she was like, well, I shouldn't
was
say
it?
I think I can. I should probably say I
Child
know
kid
I can.
story.
So then she just went back and forth and alternated between the two. I don't know.
You've never heard The Little Train That Could? Go look it
Can't
up.
read.
Go Google it.
He can't
Oh, yeah.
read. Why would he have read that
I
book?
can. I know I
You
When
must
was
can.
have-
that supposed to?
You must have had a cold life in
It's
the
a book.
country you
It's a
grew
book
up
to
in.
teach kids about positive thinking.
Kids
You know, I
of
think
what
I
age?
can. I know I can.
It's a
Keep
train
going
that
forward.
finally
Yeah.
gets up the hill.
Yeah.
That
Right.
He thought it was too steep
It
for
works
him, but
hard,
then
and he keeps
powered
trying, and
through it.
finally he goes up the hill
Yes.
and achieves what he wanted to achieve.
It's a great life lesson.
And that's where.
That's
where
why
we
I
get-
am where I am today. Because of that book.
His train went downhill. Sorry.
No! I'm on my upswing.
I guess that's how you look at it, right?
Yes.
He went up, and now he's just coasting because he's in a good place.
Well, I still got better places to go. I'm not just coasting.
Like a better corner to live in
You're always looking for the better corner, a warmer doorway.
with warmer neighbors.
A better box
Who give
to
you
sleep
change.
in. Better cardboard
You
box.
look like you've been making some money.
It's the holidays, man. They tip you better during the holidays. Getting an old 10 here.
So we're getting off subject, but we're getting into the girls' match, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, we are at the girls. Well, we had a little bit of an update on Antonio Cesaro and
yeah,
the
yeah.
William Regal situation.
Oh, right.
You know,
What do you
and
think of that? I thought
There was-
somebody died.
there
Regal.
was a really awkward pause after Regal said his little thing.
He's like, I'm a
about-
man
I
of
don't
few
think-
words or something like that. And he just like stares at the
It wasn't
camera.
awkward. He was intense. He was looking right
Yeah.
at you. At home, you were like, "Who?"
And I was like, and
I just started
And-
cracking up. I was
that's
like,
it.
what?
Okay, I thought when
I
they,
love William Regal.
after they showed the segment of Cesaro slapping around Saxton, and then they turned to, I thought, honestly, and this is gonna sound bad, but when I was a fan and I was watching, this is gonna sound really weird right now, but when I was watching a pay-per-view Over the Limit, and we're supposed to see Owen Hart. Come out in the Blue Blazer gimmick.
Oh,
and
in
then they
Kansas City- in Kansas
and then
City?
they switch to the commentators, really serious, and then they say what happened. I swear to you, I swear to you, but like this is how it felt to me. We have a little segment, and then they go to the commentators. There's a little moment.
yeah.
Everything is so freaking somber.
I know what you mean.
Everything is so freaking serious, only for you to say, "Sorry if you have a problem with me," and they just handle it with me. Like what the
That was
hell?
good.
Jesus
That was
Christ!
good.
Like what?
Sign
like-
this man up.
No, but relax. This is just wrestling. Come down here.
Yeah.
Like you scared me. I swear I thought somebody
Def-
died.
yeah.
I swear to you.
This was serious to him, though.
It was very
to Regal,
intense.
this is deathly serious.
Yeah.
And how did that angle even started? You don't find it a tad cheesy?
Well,
It
they've been
started-
going on for.
It started because
when he attacked Byron.
Yeah,
and-
Byron stepped
why did he-
on the "Don't tread on
On
me"
me
flag.
flag.
stepped on the flag, and then he started, and then why
Yeah,
does
why
William
is Regal
get
getting involved?
I didn't know they had a friendship.
I got you. No, it's
Because
a little.
commentators have to
It's a
stick
bit
together.
cheesy. It's a bit like forcing the issue. Like, well, we'll just put them in together. Why? Well, we
so
just will.
how do we get them together?
Let's just make it happen.
I love Byron.
Yeah.
Sexton steps
No,
on the
I
flag.
I hear
and
you.
then-
It's just throwing people together for the sake
mean,
of
this
doing it,
is-
other than having a reason
Yeah.
for it.
Anyway, just being
Yeah.
overcritical, attack critical.
I
maybe
understand.
Nitpicking. A little.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a fair comment.
Regal has been amazing on commentary
Oh
though
my gosh,
recently.
yes.
Like he
He is
adds
all around-
so much to the show.
Fantastic.
So
I
good.
mean, as-
Amazing. He should be. They should put him up on. Maybe have him start with the superstars.
He's
and
done a
then
couple things,
go
like he did a
SmackDown.
guest thing on Raw, I think, several months ago. He's done several shows, but it's never anything
Yeah.
permanent.
When they put him in the Hall of Fame, that guy's
Oh,
got
they will.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had to,
yeah.
right?
just
Oh,
for
yeah.
everything he's done behind the scenes and in the ring, and just everything he's done for the business.
Well, that's why I think
still-
Regal's sticking to
still
commentary
does.
at NXT, because he does so much behind the scenes at
That's-
that level.
that's
that
why
he
he's
can't
down there.
Really
He's
travel
a great
as
mentor
much.
as
the
well.
place for him to
That's
be.
what I'm saying. He needs to stay there, and if he can really make a contribution on commentary
Yeah.
while he's there, then he feels that he can.
He's
do that.
there to help the future.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
exactly what he's down there
he's-
for.
And on the commentary, man, he's on another level.
He
I love him,
elevates
yeah.
the show because
he
he's
does.
talking about the psychology of
that he
what these
actually-
wrestlers
It's
are
the type
going
of
through
stuff- yeah.
and what he went through. It adds so much.
It's like what Gorilla Monsoon, used to, and that's one thing that we're missing these days is a play-by-play guy that was a wrestler. They're always
And a technical, like really,
right, and,
like,
and understands what different moves are, not just going vintage Randy Orton. Gorilla used to say every single little. That's how I knew all the moves. Is I watched Gorilla Monsoon. That's how I knew what everything was.
And I gotta say, I learned something from William Regal. If I ever get into a scuffle with somebody on the street outside of wrestling, if I want them to, if I want to take their air out of them, I'm gonna chop them.
Do it.
Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah,
the one
because
thing they
if
won't
Now I
you-
respect.
understand why you chop.
If
I
you
like
take
that
away
too.
Someone's
Because I hate
breath,
chops,
then
but I
that
like
really
that.
what does he say?
You take away their
knock
you
the
take
wind
away
out
their
of 'em.
wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Maybe
like
now
his-
guys should be selling them.
Yeah.
Get chopped and sell like they got no air. That's
good.
That's good.
So we have the women's tag team match, Natalya and Bayley taking on Sasha and Summer. And man, Bayley started off aggressive on this one. Just started smashing Sasha's
Hey.
Yeah.
face
It's had
into
a
the
great
mat.
match
Because at the
feel
very
to it.
beginning, Sasha was going, like, she went over to Natty and she's like, what? And then that's when Bayley. So I
Sasha
want
was
to talk
all
about
like-
the entrance
Yeah,
for a little
Sasha's
bit.
all
Sasha's
yo.
entrance this week was on fire. Like,
I
she
love Sasha's
brought
entrance,
her,
yeah.
like, bitch.
I
which
like
is
Sasha
what
like
she.
this.
The character that she's been going for, and she brought it this week.
Yeah.
Finally, I was so excited. And the one thing that I was.
I wish Charlotte was out
I
there.
was worried about was
Right, where the hell was
I
Charlotte?
did miss that Charlotte wasn't out there, but I feel like Summer's entrance, like them two paired together, Summer's entrance almost overshadows Sasha's, not because it's any better. I think that they're both great, especially tonight, but Summers is like in front where it's on that, like when she's on the hard cam, she's on the top rope,
Right.
and it's over, and you can't even see Sasha in the background while she's doing this
Okay.
whole
That's on Sasha.
Well,
Sasha
yeah,
needs to
but-
get her butt front and center
Okay.
to be right along Summer.
But
Yeah.
she brought it this week.
Yeah.
It
Or
was really
those.
good.
It's been broadened.
Yeah. So they get aggressive. Eventually, they Sasha and Summer take over, beat up on Bayley a little bit until Bayley finally makes the tag to Natty. Natty comes in, fires up, locks in the sharpshooter, but Summer comes in, breaks that up. They send out Bayley out, and Sasha hits her neck breaker. That little
Straight jacket neck
breaker
breaker. Out of
for the
nowhere.
win.
I had no idea that was
Yeah.
coming. Effective tool.
1, 2, 3. Short match, but I mean, good for what
Yeah.
was the time they had.
I'd like to make a statement. It's a big one.
Write this down.
So check this out. First of all, Summer. If I was the booker of the whole shebang,
Right.
I would be.
If you were Vince,
If I was Vince, what I would do is I would use Summer in a non-wrestling form. I would have her be sexy. I would not have her so much. When she's in the ring and she starts getting down and screaming and she's really green, and she proved it
What?
a week ago on Raw when she wrestled one
I
of the Bellator
disagree.
ones. No,
well,
I thought she was really good.
Let him have his piece, then you can counter.
I mean, there's 10 years in the ring right there talking. So go on.
well, no, it's okay. It's okay.
No, so where do you see
Absolutely, we
Green?
can
No,
disagree.
we can have a
No,
difference
I know,
of
yeah,
opinion.
it's-
But I saw her on Raw 2 weeks ago, and I knew that she was green, but I know that she's definitely, learning fast.
Right.
But what she did on Raw against, she was in some 4-way match or whatever. Anyway, I realized, man, I would not even put her in the ring because when she's in there,
Really?
she how sexy she is
Okay.
as a diva, like her in the ring takes it away from her because it's not very sexy. She's such a sexy woman with long legs. I would keep her in a valet type of role and still can get her over that way.
What were the Green moments that you?
Oh, she was
saw
just,
that?
You'll get your chance, Miss Kelly.
just the spots were ruined. Just,
Okay.
just whatever was going on, it was ruined, and her demeanor and how she
Okay.
is. I was just looking, man, I don't like that as a.
right.
I don't like that as a man, and it's all for
Okay.
men. The divas are for men. It's all for men.
No, they aren't.
No, so it's not
well,
as
men
much
and
her
butch
wrestling
women.
work, but
I would completely disagree. I remember there was one botched move, but
Be cool, man. Be
I think
cool.
that she picked it up very well. What was she? She was a commentator, or she did something like she was Renee Young's position at NXT
Okay.
before she started going in the ring. But I think that she's amazing, and her in-ring demeanor, I think makes her even more heelish because yes, she is the sexy girl, but then she's screaming and it's annoying and you end up hating her, but that's a good thing.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you know what?
I like her. I think you can see. I think she's worked really hard,
I'm
and that's
not-
one of the things. I mean, I understand she's not Sasha or Paige in the ring, but
I'm not
I
talking
think-
about her work ethic.
Yeah.
She's definitely working hard, and maybe I'm being a little harsh.
she doesn't have that natural flow that you expect out of top level wrestlers. but
Maybe she'll get there. I was just not happy with her last performance on Raw. I was disgusted with it.
But I mean,
Really?
let's stick to tonight. How'd she do tonight in your opinion?
But in terms of tonight, well, actually, what I wanted to say, no, she did fine tonight. It wasn't a lot, but what I wanted to say is that with actually the women that we have in the NXT, how talented they are, Sasha Banks, the Paiges, all of those girls, and Natalia's, all
Multiple
those,
pages.
Bailey, Charlotte,
Emma.
yeah,
all
Emma.
those girls. We have so many talented women, and AJ Lee. It's time that we really, really change the whole women's
I
division on
agree.
the roster. It's time that we actually give it its own time, its own angles.
Maybe its
not
own
just,
show.
Oh boy, the
Maybe
it's
network
an
is
hour
coming
show.
along.
even their own 1-hour show, because
I agree.
girls like AJ Lee, Paige, Sasha Banks, they're so good in the ring, and
I
they also
agree.
have characters, and if you invest the right kind of time in them and make people care about these girls, they can be over. Look how over AJ Lee is.
I also think that
Turn it around. It's time to give them more respect.
the Divas division isn't just for guys, like you said. It's
Maybe
also
I
their
was,
role models for young girls.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I was
No,
just.
they are.
Maybe
Even the
maybe.
bad ones?
Maybe I was just because I think is it mostly men? Is the majority of wrestling
I would say the
fans?
majority of wrestling fans are men, but
Well, there's a difference between wrestling fans and WWE fans, and I would guess WWE fans,
Say, we're
as far
talking-
as people who buy tickets and stuff, I would think it's close to 50-50.
How about
where
casual?
it usually is
How about
in
casually?
situations like that. Casually, it's more men. If
I
you're
would say
talking,
it's definitely
if you're
more
talking
men.
hardcore wrestling fans,
Although-
guys that know who AJ Styles is, and guys who know who Necro Butcher are, that's a male demographic. But
I
if you're
think-
talking about
Total Divas is turning the page on all that.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah,
Because of the show on E, which is a network primarily viewed
Yeah.
by women, these women are now being viewed by others. I think there are more women
Yeah.
who know who these female wrestlers are, these divas are,
It's brought in a
than
whole new
even men.
demographic.
There's a lot
Yes.
more women that watch sports and stuff like that, especially mainstream stuff, than you realize. Like, half the NFL fans are women, if not more. It's crazy when you look at that stuff. And I'm sure WWE's close to that, but those aren't wrestling fans to me. Those are people that watch the WWE. And then a small percentage of those WWE fans are actually wrestling fans that watch Japan and the
I would
indies
say
and
that,
stuff like that.
Yeah,
and that's more male.
WWE definitely has more female viewership
Yes.
than TNA or
Absolutely.
any of the indie.
Let me ask you this,
venues.
just so I can get educated. Maybe I'm not sure, but when Vince McMahon thinks, okay, let's have a segment for women, for women's wrestling, do you think that they think of men in mind? Well, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
reason that they get beautiful women all the time, right? Because they know that a lot of men are watching. And do you think that that's the main reason that they have women's wrestling on WWE television?
And I'm sure it's
curious.
changed from years to years too. I mean, what they think now is probably different than what they thought 10 years
Well,
ago.
what do you
Is different
think-
what they thought 10 years before
with
that.
everything in both finding a male wrestler and a female wrestler, you want someone who's going to relate to both genders. So for the girls, they want that idealistic female beauty who can wrestle in the ring, because then if they're gorgeous, the guys are going to like her, and if they're also, pretty and have a great personality, the girls are going to gravitate to them as well and wish that they were her.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So the girls, I guess, they can. It's for both. It works
Exactly.
for both. Okay.
That's what you want, yeah. So we need to move on here. We go back and we see Leo Kruger with, just want to talk real quickly about this little promo. He said he's on a task to become a real American. He is going to hurt Sami Zayn, and everything is about to change. I thought this was a really good promo, actually, for him. And this is more what I wanted him to be.
Right.
I didn't like the what.
I like the way he said "Tata" at the end.
I
Like, I was
don't know.
okay
I
with.
don't
How
like
does he say it?
He goes "Tata" or whatever. But
It was slow.
It was slower. Like, I don't usually like his tatas. This is the one. I don't like his tatas. This is.
How would you know? He's wearing a shirt.
Let me ask
This
you
is
something.
this is. I liked the way he said it, and this is what I wanted more out of this character.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Would you be happy if you did not see Sami Zayn this week or next week or in the following weeks? Ta 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 ta.
What?
Creepy.
You just wanted to get all creepy.
That's what he was going for.
Yeah.
No?
That's what
That is
he
it.
needs.
I like that.
That's it.
I thought this was a good promo for him.
Can we
Good job.
unlock the door and let me leave?
Hey guys, I'm not locked here with you. You're locked here with me.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Panic! Panic!
Are we friends?
So we go back to the ring and we get Scott Dawson taking on Mojo Rawley. I thought Mojo looked good. Like, this is the first time we've seen Mojo in the ring with somebody.
But what did he do really? He didn't do
He
much.
sold.
Right.
He brought the
He sold.
energy.
He sold, and I thought he sold
That's a
well.
good point.
Well, what did he do? He didn't do anything offensively, but he sold like
That's
an
a
M
good
effort,
point.
dude. He
Yeah.
did the most important thing.
I'm sorry. Hey, man.
It was a good
you got
match,
me.
but it wasn't a main event match for me.
It wasn't supposed to be.
It
This
wasn't
the main
the main
event.
Oh,
Scott Dawson, Mojo Rawley. We still got another
No.
segment,
Okay,
yeah. No, we got to rush through this though. We've got so Scott Dawson really
He's
dominated
good.
this match.
Man's
He's good.
Man's good. Compared to Arn Anderson, and I see it. He's
Yeah.
a throwback.
I
better.
do too, but they need to. I think he needs a tag partner.
I think so, too.
I do think he needs
yeah,
that.
thinking that.
They need to get LaForte off him because that does
That doesn't
not
make any
match up.
sense at all.
Bores me. Is it me or LaForte bores me?
I like him, but he doesn't
like
work
him.
with Dawson.
It doesn't
he worked
work
with
together.
Rusev because it had a foreign vibe, but
Okay.
it doesn't
Yeah,
work with
they
Dawson.
need to get him
feel like-
another. They need another trucker or some sort of that.
Yeah.
They
No.
need to trucker him up even more,
I-
gimmick that up even more,
Hell yeah.
and put a tag team out. Dawson
Hell
can
yeah.
work his ass off.
Scott
did it
Dawson
tonight.
and Mojo Rawley remind me a lot of each other. Even though their characters are different, they remind me something
There you go.
about
There's a
them.
tag team.
together.
Okay, put them
Exactly.
together.
And
I could see
There you
them
go.
doing that because the whole Sylvester LaForte being a douche and
Yeah.
taking all his money
Right.
and whatever else. So Mojo Rawley's like he
And
already
Dawson's
planted
funny.
that seed,
That's a
and
good
he's
point.
like,
Okay.
Dawson, you should ditch this guy and hang out with someone who's
Babyface
better.
tag team.
That works.
And
yeah.
I'll tell you, Mojo, this guy hasn't been around for very long, and I think he's
made
looking
waves.
good for
Yeah.
a guy that's been in development like a year, maybe.
I'll tell
if
you,
that.
he's got
I mean,
great
he's a-
cardio, because after he came out to the ring, I know I'd be huffing and puffing. He's jumping around, screaming like a banshee. Oh, man.
Just his entrance running all around.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be blown up at
Running
the
around.
entrance.
Sorry.
I gotta tell you, if I was in the ring with him, I would chop him.
Talk him knock out his wind. Go for that win.
Yeah, go for the wind.
So Dawson really dominated this match. Got most of the offense. Mojo came back though, hit that flying butt bump and
Yeah,
that
the
earthquake
Hit
butt
his
drop.
big three, the splash, the butt bump, and the boom, and then
Hit
that was
those,
it.
boom, boom,
What's
boom.
the
Dawson
thing?
attacked him afterwards. But you know,
Got the message across.
What's with the thing? Why is that his finisher? Why does he use that butt clothesline thing?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I mean,
That's Naomi's
Naomi
move.
uses that.
Yeah, it is.
So it's
Naomi
like,
uses it, so they should pull that
The
off
rear
of him.
view.
It's like hers because she's got a big butt. And
Yeah.
when another dude does it. It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
I think of Naomi and I'm like, I get weirded feeling.
They need to come up with something else for him.
Yeah, he doesn't have
Yeah.
to do that.
Nah, he doesn't
can
need the
throw
butt bump.
Big ass clothesline or something.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But
I
I'm
mean,
okay with the with the earthquake. You know,
That's a cool thing.
It's cool.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely.
I like him.
He's definitely like for a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's
memorable.
He's got a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
personality. He's likable. I mean, I think this is. I agree. Let's put Dawson with him. Make them a
wanna
tag
see-
team, babyface tag team.
I want to see him like cut good promos. That's
He's done a couple good ones, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
He hasn't had
Yeah,
many,
he
but-
did last week. He had a good promo last week.
Not just
that
he's
set up
boasting
this
like
match.
it's actually like some substance.
My
to it.
No,
thing
yeah, he was
is-
actually really good talking about when he said Dawson LaForte came in. He's like, I know NFL agents like you from the NFL, and blah blah blah, and got in a little bit.
He's
it
had a
was-
couple solo promos
yeah.
that were really good too. But my only concern with him is it's great right now, but we're like, it could get stale very quickly.
We're
yeah,
gonna
but
have to
he's
see him
new.
evolve, obviously.
Yes,
yeah, he's
exactly.
gonna have to. We're gonna have to
Gonna
see
have to
more of
evolve
him.
a lot over the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you just
Yeah.
have to evolve.
He could be the next Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
He could be,
I
yeah.
like him. I
He's
like
got
him.
the- He's got the charisma.
His
He really
natural,
does.
right? His
Big
natural-
upside. Big upside on
Big
this guy.
upside.
Big
That's what
upside. All right.
Dusty Rhodes would say. You got a big upside, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
So do you, Dusty. Jeez.
So we find out next week is the 200th episode of NXT.
all right,
Yeah.
so soon.
So soon.
I thought it was before. I thought it was like 185.
I don't know, yeah,
Because
Who
you guys
knows?
told me
I was
the wrong.
confused.
Well, that's what it said on Hulu. Is there was 181 episodes, and we said we didn't really understand what was going on with that. But supposedly this is the 200 episode of next week of NXT. We get the Ascensions Open Challenge to any
American Wolves?
team
Is
in the world. It's
So we're
That's
gonna
the
see a
one.
tag
that
team.
it's going to be. Yeah, this is where we
Or are
get
they
to see
gonna-
the American Wolves.
That's
the American.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
the American
Spoiler
Pit Bulls.
alert.
spoiler alert. We'll
Hello?
get to see. Well, we talked about it a couple
Right.
weeks ago. So
wins?
very excited to see
We don't
them
know
on
that
there.
part.
And speaking of, just want to mention real quickly, I think you guys all saw the Solomon Crow debut. Did you see that with his evil hacker gimmick?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be so cool.
So good.
Yeah, and
So
Kalisto
good.
is in there. Those two, I think, are have a big future in the organization. I'm looking very forward to
And that
Samurai Del
feedback,
Sol and
that
Sammy
noise.
Callahan.
If you
That was
can't
a
find the
live
clip of
event, though, not a
Solomon Crow,
taping, right?
man.
That was a live event.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
this
have
is gonna debut
they
in the
Very,
sometime
very soon.
future, but
Yeah.
not next week.
yeah
No,
they have not taped anything with him
Okay.
yet.
So, the American Wolves get hired. Do we know that?
I don't know.
We don't
I
know if
haven't
they got
heard
hired.
anything yet, but there's a lot of rumors going around. They may have been, just nothing's been officially announced. So,
Okay.
but we get our main event tonight of Sami Zayn and Leo Kruger finally meeting up. There's been a little bit of a build up to these two over the last couple weeks, and Sami just starts right off, attacks Kruger. Gets right on him. Kruger tries to get away. They're rolling back and forth until Leo reverses him, hits a nasty spine buster on him.
Really nasty.
That
Man.
might.
Picture perfect spine buster.
That's
Yeah.
I love using the spine buster. That might be the best spine buster in the business right now. Is Leo's.
Maybe.
That's a pretty damn good spine buster.
Him and Carl Anderson.
Carly. Oh, you're right, Carl
Oh, yeah,
Anderson.
sure.
Yeah. In Japan,
Triple H
right?
Had a going.
Triple H, yeah. Triple H
Yeah,
has a great
really
one.
good
There's some. I mean, The Rock had the spine on the pine.
His
It was okay.
His was just regular.
Yeah, just-
Triple H
Right.
was- He turned him and he did the whole thing.
Yeah.
And was perfect.
Yeah.
So, and that's how Kruger's looks.
Yeah,
Right.
Kruger's
Hell.
I mean, this was powerful. It rattled Sammy's cage.
Oh, and
really rattled his
and
cage.
listen to William Regal, the way that he put it over and he went back to it. I was like, look, the ref got to check on him because maybe because I believe that was that after the spine buster that I think Sami Zayn, like, did he sell up and fall back down or something?
Yeah, his legs were rubber. He just couldn't hold himself up.
And when William Regal put it over, like me as somebody that watches MMA, I was like, okay, he just got spine buster. He got up and he didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
thing. It was just one of those.
No, it,
your head,
it looked
And then
like that.
When William Regal put it over, it just all kind of made sense. William
Right.
Regal is so good on it, on making things make
He
more
knows.
think-
He
sense.
knows.
I mean, Sammy works well with anyone, but like Leo looked
Except the
so
Boogeyman.
much better this week.
Yeah, he looked good.
I think
Looks
Leo's
really
really good in the ring.
Yeah.
I like his in-ring work. Leo, really goes to work on him, sends him out of the ring, body slams him outside the ring,
On the concrete.
on the concrete or on the mat above the concrete.
On the concrete mat. I think that's
The
what they
concrete
come
mat,
to.
right.
The concrete
that's
mat.
what that is.
Puts him back in, really works him, locks in that nice cravat onto him. Sammy fights back, comes back, hits that high drop kick, which is just so cool. The way he gets so high in the air and that.
And it's just drop kick.
Okay, so just for a split second, I noticed this when they were outside the ring. There was someone holding a rose, and I was like, "That's such
Oh,
a
yeah.
dead giveaway that like they tape multiple shows in a day because."
Oh,
He
you
might
saw
have just
someone
been
in
a
the
big
audience,
English
yeah.
fan.
I
You don't
know.
know.
Just
Like,
waiting for him to show up,
they're
but
like,
then he
"Where's
wasn't on the
English?"
I love
show.
a rose.
Maybe they just weren't sure
I saw that as well.
whose
Yeah.
gimmick it was, and
Yeah.
I'm like, Rose?
Maybe it was just some little old
And
Mexican
you
lady.
get a rose, and you get a rose.
Sammy makes his comeback, goes to the top rope, hits a beautiful high cross body, gets a 2 count, locks up for the tornado DDT, and Leo Kruger reaches in, grabs his ankle, and pulls him off the ropes.
Yeah, that was
Sets him up for the slice, that big clothesline, and gets the 1, 2, 3. Very
The
smart.
replay of that even looked. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good camera work.
Yeah, and I had to go back a couple times to see actually what Leo did, but yeah, he just grabbed that ankle and just pulled it right.
Yeah.
And he just
Right
caught
out.
it
He
right
jumped
on
up
his
it
Barris.
to do his twirling a little, arm drag from the top, and he just pulled his ankle from under the
Something
rope.
so
And that-
simple can
that
change the
hurts.
match.
I haven't run a WWE ring obviously before. I've heard that those ropes are so tight that it hurts more than the actual cable on.
I love that.
That
So
running
I say
that someone told me that hitting those ropes actually hurts more than the cable that we're more used to in the indies.
It's all
the way they have it.
a bone not cracking, smashing.
yeah.
Smash
Like it
bonuts?
breaks your bonuts.
Oh, yeah. Breaks your bonuts.
It just hurts your bonuts big time. It hurts. It hurts.
It all hurts.
That hurts. And then the clothesline where he turned upside down. How about that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome. So
Yeah, after the match, I thought was. William Regal said that Sammy
that's
was
right.
unsportsmanlike, and I didn't really understand that because Leo attacked him first.
Well, that's
He
because-
tried to
that's
attack
Regal's
one of his
playing
friends.
because
both
Regal's the
sides of the
heel.
coin.
I know,
Yes.
but how is he the heel when he's also helping Byron Saxton? That doesn't make sense.
Regal is playing that fine line of
Yeah.
the heel and the baby. He just goes in.
It depends. It depends on who's in the
navigates it
ring.
actually very
Exactly.
smoothly, I have to say, for someone that's a tweener.
Yeah, that's true.
So Kruger does attack, go after Sammy at the end. Sammy ducks, knocks him out of the clothesline, hits that big dive on the outside, and goes after him. So we get a little bit of a schmoz to end NXT.
But here's what we didn't have. We didn't have the Real Americans come out for this match.
No.
Like was promised.
Ah, you're right.
What's going on?
Well, hopefully we'll get a little promo from Kruger next week explaining where were the Real Americans. 'Cause
I
that
hope
is
so.
true. But you know what? He didn't need the help, though. He got the win on his own.
Then
So
why even?
I hear ya.
Why the alliance? Why the allegiance? Why the lack of then follow through?
Maybe someone,
I hear ya.
maybe Cesaro did something to his. I don't know.
tune in next
Yeah.
week to find out.
better explain it.
Did we
Hopefully.
ever
Or
get
maybe
all,
just the next GTV.
did we ever get all those girls matches that we thought we were going to see at one show, but didn't happen?
think
We
we
did
happened
get the
last
Paige versus Natty. We got that
Which
one.
you should watch. That was something
was
to
really
watch.
good.
Oh yeah.
So,
Onto
So
it.
yeah.
yeah. So quickly, what are you guys MVP of the show? Who are you going to give this to?
I'm going to give it to Sasha Banks and Mojo Rawley.
2.
Yes,
Can we give
I
a
always give
double?
it to multiple. Sorry.
You know what? Here are the rules. You're supposed to give it. If
One.
you're going to give it to 2,
You
it's
can
gonna
only
be
give.
the
It has to
same
be a
match.
tag team.
or a tag team.
Yeah.
Sasha Rawley.
Sasha Rowley.
That's not a person.
It's not
That
a
doesn't
person.
count.
Kathy makes up her own rules.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Alex. Who would you give the MVP
I'll
to?
give it to. I'll give it to what's that guy? The guy that wrestled Mojo Riley.
Scott Dawson.
I'll give it
That's
to
who
Scott
I'm
Dawson.
going to give it to him as well.
I like him a lot. He's so crisp.
Good point. I dug
Hobo?
Bailey tonight. Bailey. She hung in there with Natalia. They looked like
Match
such
and promo.
a real tag team because they were working off each other. They were hitting the same notes. It was like a real legitimate tag team, and
Their hugging is
that's
adorable.
Bailey stepped up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm gonna agree with Mr. Kozlov over there and go with Scott Dawson. I thought he led Mojo Rowley really well, made Mojo look great. Mojo looked strong in his victory, and led the rookie who looks very, very promising. So
Yeah.
True story.
so Scott Dawson's the winner.
Well, sort of.
So that ends
How much
things
time do we
for
have?
Negative 6 minutes.
negative 6 minutes. Yeah. Yeah,
So
we're
we'll
running
go
a
for
little
another
late.
half
So,
We're just flying by the seat
Yeah.
of our pants here.
yeah, there's people sitting out there going, "Get off air!" It's all your fault, Alex.
Can we go for another half hour?
So
Yeah, we can keep
find
this
me
going
on
all
Twitter at Catherine Kelly.
I'm on Twitter at Alex Kozlov, COM.
I am on the Twitter at True Hobo, and I am on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood this week, I believe. Wrestling Drunk. I don't remember much
yeah.
of the match, so there's that.
Awesome. And you can find me at Clemenator. Next week will be, once again, my last show. It'll be the 200th episode of NXT. We're possibly working on a special guest, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but could be very cool if it does.
So make sure you
we'll announce that on Twitter if that works out.
Make sure you tune in to next week, or else
Ta ta ta.
He means it, folks. He means it.
ta 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 to you, man. I can't believe you're leaving, man.
I know. I can't believe I'm
It's
leaving.
blood in or blood out
can you
around
change
here,
your
man.
mind?
You ain't leaving without a scratch.
Is it possible you'll change your mind?
My bed is being picked up at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Can you just
my
live the
apartment
hobo
is being
style
packed up as we
style?
speak, so sorry. Later, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.